Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas, and I am back again to share with you another round of DVD updates. This is the stuff that I got through Power Movies. Mentioned this before. I was gonna meet up with him to pick up some of the stuff that I purchased with him that he had in storage, and I finally got. And it really is a really cool feeling to, receive that package, open it up and see all the really cool movies that I picked up, the covers, the reading the synopsis on the back, and then eventually popping them in the DVD player and seeing them. The way that I collect, I might have mentioned this before, the way that I collect is that I do have a wish list of movies that I need to get to either complete a filmography from an actor, an actress, a director, a series, a franchise, whatever. But I do like buying really weird, random stuff. If I bought VHS, it would be even more because there are a lot of movies that are stuck only on VHS because of rights, because of music rights, because of something to do with the actor or the studio or something. A lot of movies that are in VHS have not been released on DVD. And also, there's a lot of really obscure movies that came out on DVD that weren't a hit or just no one really cares for, and those haven't been transferred over to Blu-ray. So collecting is really interesting to me. I really like I love watching movies, and I really like collecting movies and just coming across these really weird, random things that I've never seen before, or maybe I saw a long time ago on TV, and I was like, I either saw a bit of it, or the ending, or the beginning, and I was like, what was that? Did I see that movie? Was that like a fever dream? I don't know, but I really like collecting movies, and yes, so yeah, so there's a lot of blind buys. I'm not gonna lie, I did pick up a lot of blind buys, as is the case usually when I collect movies, because I like finding, again, those really weird movies, or sometimes they might be crap. I'm not gonna lie, I do buy a lot of blind buys, and they're not that good. Sometimes they're bad but enjoyable, like either the acting is funny, or it's just a mess of a movie. I kind of have a thing for those type of movies, and sometimes it's a movie that I didn't expect anything, and then I watched it and I was like, wow, that movie really spoke to me at that moment, or I had a really good message, or I don't know. It's one of the fun things I can't, unless you're a fellow collector or a fellow movie lover. I try to explain to other people and they don't get it, but it makes me happy, so that's why I keep doing it. So let's get started with some of the stuff that I picked up through Power Movies. A lot of blind buys again. A lot of these I haven't seen, but I'm looking forward to seeing. This one I have seen. Saw it once because I saw Drive, and I thought Drive was really cool. A really good soundtrack, really good visuals, and I liked the story that it presented. So I heard that they were, the director and Ryan Gosling were going to do another movie together, and I was like, cool, I want to see that. And I saw it, and I thought, it's not as good as Drive, but I hadn't come across a copy of it until now, and picked up Only God Forgives. Visually, also really good. I really like the visuals in this, but I like Drive a little bit better. Picked up Freaky Deaky. Haven't seen this one. Picked it up because of the cast. It stars Christian Slater, Michael J. White, and Crispin Glover. Is it good? I have no idea. It might be a hot mess, but I like the cast presented here, and again, I really like finding these really weird, bizarre movies. It might be something really bizarre and good. It might be something really bizarre and bad. I don't know. Until I watch it, I won't know. And again, that's the fun of the hobby that I have of collecting movies. Picked up The Beloved Rogue. This is an old movie, 1927. This would be like a swashbuckling Robin Hood kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. It's German French. I don't know. Might be interesting. Looked interesting. That's why I bought it. But yeah, there's I haven't been able to find a database or a list of all the movies that have been made. I tried it. I have tried to make like something like that to see how many movies there are. But in the U.S., there's a ton of movies. Factor in movies made in Mexico, movies made in Japan, movies made in France, maybe movies made in Italy, and that's just taking into account the genres that I like, which are action, comedy, horror. It's probably like an infinite number. Well, maybe not an infinite, but getting there to an infinite number of movies. And yeah, it's probably something that I've discussed with the wife. It's a hobby that will probably never end until I die, or stop collecting movies, because there's really so many movies out there, and so many movies that I want to watch and come across and everything, that yeah, it would be an impossible task to own everything. But I do like to collect these random movies and watch them, because they, depending on my mood, I might watch it and think that a garbage movie is hilarious, or that this movie that I expected nothing from had a very, very deep message that spoke to me in that moment, and it's just an amazing experience to go through that. So older movies, I do like to also collect, because there was a craft to older movies. And again, I've mentioned this before, not that there's no craft in modern movies, but they had so little to work with to make movie magic. Whereas now you have like these big expansive sets, or you can do stuff with CGI. Back then, they didn't have that, so it's like the independent movies of nowadays. You have nothing to work with, but you have a dream, a vision to make a movie, and you do it. And good or bad, someone at that moment watched it and enjoyed it, or enjoyed it for different reasons. And again, I get really excited about talking about movies. But yeah, picked up The Beloved Rogue. No idea, haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. This one I saw the beginning and bits and pieces of it. Picked up Fathers and Daughters. As a father, to a daughter, that beginning kind of like, wow, that beginning got to me. Because Russell Crowe has to leave his daughter with someone because he's going through stuff. And then the movie's about them reuniting. I want to see it all the way through. That's why I picked it up, and now I can. Picked up Wu, the story of the Wu-Tang Clan. My experience with the Wu-Tang Clan is mostly through the martial arts movies that they released. Their music here and there, I only recently purchased a CD of their music. I mostly know them because of the martial arts aspect. But this looked interesting, so it's a documentary. Looking forward to seeing that. Picked up The Malevolent Queen. I thought this was maybe a Hallmark movie, but I don't know what this is ripping off. It's not an asylum movie, so it's not ripping off Narnia. So I have no idea, but I'm willing to look into that. Picked up these two Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes movies. Sherlock Holmes and the Secret Weapon, and The Woman in Green. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these Sherlock Holmes movies, and I thought they were pretty cool. I want to get the one that's The Hound of the Baskerville. I think Basil Rathbone is also in that. But yeah, I picked up those. This one, I do remember seeing the trailer a long time ago, and that's The Games Maker. I've never actually seen the movie, but I do remember that trailer. I don't know. I don't know what it could be about, but finally got a copy of that. Picked up Close and Personal, starring Robert Redford and Michelle Pfeiffer. I really like Michelle Pfeiffer, especially in Catwoman. Playing Catwoman in Batman Returns. She was good in Scarface too. But yeah, this looks like to be a romantic comedy, which Michelle Pfeiffer is in a lot of those. But we'll see how that is. This one I know I own. I have the MGM release of Fiddler on the Roof, but I picked up the 2-disc release of Fiddler on the Roof with a ton of special features. So that's always cool to get a special features packed DVD. And lastly, I picked up, starring Christopher Lambert, The Point Men. To catch him, they must outsmart him. To outsmart him, they must understand him. To understand him, they must become him. So, Christopher Lambert, who I think is French, plays an Israeli secret agent that has to track down an assassin. These type of movies are the type of movies that you would see on TV or cable, and there's again an infinite number of these type of action movies. But I really like Christopher Lambert. Of course, he's most famous from Highlander and Raiden, and he's been in a lot of movies that aren't particularly good. But I still like, I still like him, and I like picking up movies with him. And this looks like it's gonna be my type of movie. Just that typical action movie that you see on TV. So yeah, that was this part of the pickup video. I do like to recommend the standouts, but a lot of blind buys here. The only one I can really say I've seen, and I can recommend if you like visually rich movies, would be Only God Forgives. I do. If you like visual style movies, you'll like this one. But Drive is way better. I would recommend Drive a lot more than Only God Forgives. So yeah, that was this part. I think I might be able to make 3 or 4 videos. I'll try to keep them short so as not to bore you with the ramblings of an insane old man that collects physical media. So stay tuned for that. But until I see you all again, or you see me again, if you would be so kind, please like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and again, you like the content I do. And I'll see you next time.